Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. This week has marked the launch of 3FO, a groundbreaking staking program where you put Ethereum in and you get Ethereum out, and you can stake your BTCC as well. I think you'll all agree that this has proved to be a very, very exciting launch. 2,500 people in Vietnam, YouTube live streamed for the whole event, and you can literally feel the excitement building within this community. In today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can register on 3FO and the complete process of setting up your account, the A to Z of getting started. But before we do that, let's just go over a few little bits of advice. First one is don't rush. It's very easy to make a mistake. Remember, this is the crypto space, and if you do the transfer wrong, you could lose your funds. So the first piece of advice is remember you are sending Ethereum on the base network. Now, you can buy Ethereum absolutely anywhere. If you are buying it on an exchange, then you're just buying Ethereum. You don't need to worry about network. Just buy Ethereum. When it comes to withdrawing that Ethereum and sending it to 3FO, then you will be asked what network you wish to send on. And you must use the base network. Very, very important. Please don't make a mistake and send it on any other network. It must be the base network. BTCC you are sending on the BTC20 chain. By now, if you're a part of this community, you understand what that means. But when you're sending from MetaMask, the mistake that sometimes happens is people send USDT instead of BTCC, or they'll send BTCC instead of USDT. In this case, you must send BTCC, not USDT. If you send the wrong token, it won't arrive and it will be lost. In either of these two cases, funds are not recoverable. So please take your time, think about what you're doing. Now, you may choose to send a small amount first. That's fine. As you'll see in this tutorial, you must not send less than $10. I recommend sending at least $11 if you're going to do a little test first to make sure you're doing it correct. Anything less than that, it will be lost. It will not be credited. So don't send anything less than $11 worth of Ethereum or $11 worth of BTCC. The next one is please make sure that you are attending all presentations and masterclasses that corporate are providing. This whole system is designed to take the pressure off of you. You bring your new prospects to the corporate presentations, and they'll give the prospect all the information they need about the project. They simply come to you to ask questions and get registered. The masterclasses that are done by Trashit, they are there to help you understand the system and avoid making mistakes, so that you can obviously teach all of that information on to your community. So make sure that you are attending all of the UK prime times, the US prime times, all of the training Zooms, the masterclasses, at whatever relevant time zone you're in. Bring your teams to those Zooms. There's no point you watching it and taking notes and then passing that information on to each individual person, or even on a Zoom, if you can lighten the workload. Bring them to the Zooms. Of course, you can provide support to your community by going over that information with them, but get it firsthand on the corporate Zooms. Myself and Carla are partnered up in this project, and we will be doing all of our own Zooms and presentations and trainings to make sure our community are getting all of the help and support and education that they need. But of course, we will be advising them to go to the corporate Zooms and bring their prospects to the corporate Zooms and bring their existing members to the corporate Zooms. That way, everybody is getting the best information, the most amount of information, to avoid anybody making mistakes, but just as importantly, to make sure everybody understands the system in 3FO. Of course, the last piece of advice is to ring that bell, click that thumb, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will be making videos to help and support this entire community, as I always have done. but I probably won't begin making those videos in earnest for a couple of more weeks. Right now there's a big flurry of activity, lots of people joining and getting started, so myself and Carl will be focusing on our own community to start with. I've made this video so that we have a source of information for people to be able to get registered and get started, so you can share this around anywhere that you wish to within your community. Once the dust has settled, then I will begin to make more videos. But you know, I don't think there's going to be a need for that many videos. This isn't a complicated system. You simply deposit your Ethereum, deposit your BTCC, and then let your ROI rolling. As a passive member, then community building and structuring isn't important. But if you're here with a vision to build a community, this system has been created in a way that will reward those who are doing the most. But it means you need to structure your business in a very, very specific way. So it's really important that you take your time and make sure you're attending all of the trainings that are there to help you make sure that you're going to be structured correctly. And I will probably make a video about that as well somewhere along the way in the next couple of weeks. Withdrawing, I'll do a video on withdrawing. But outside of those functions, there really isn't much else. Within this video, I'm going to cover most of that information, except for withdrawing and structure. This is all about setup. So once the dust has settled, I'll start to make a few other videos. So with that said, let's crack on with the tutorial. Okay, so if you are new, then somebody would have sent you a link for you to click on to begin the registration process, and the link will look something like this. Click on that link and this will bring you to the registration page. Fill in all of these details, and once you've filled in all the details, click to agree to the terms and conditions. And of course, if you wish to read them first, just click where it says terms and conditions. Now click on the capture feature. I am not a robot, and you may get this, so click on the squares that it's asking for. But sometimes it doesn't give you this. So if you don't get it, don't worry. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Once you've clicked on the relevant squares, click verify. Now click register. Now you go to your email address. Now you'll get this message saying that a verification email has been sent to the email address you used for registration. Simply go to that email address and confirm your email address. So you can see the email address has landed. So click on that. Click on confirm your email. Now you have successfully registered, and all you got to do now is log in. Now it may autofill your details. If so, great. If not, enter your username and the password that you generated. Click I am not a robot. Again, fulfill the captcha and click verify. Now click login. And now you have logged into your dashboard. Have a quick look around. You can't do any damage here, but you can see everything you need is here. Top left is your referral link. You only get one referral link because this is a uni-level system, not a binary. So you're not positioning left or right. You are only registering people directly to yourself. If you want to register someone in somebody else's team within your community, you simply give them that registration link. You can see here all the information. So total subscriptions you've had, total team members, total credited, remaining capping, total staking, etc. Now, this is the important part, because the next step is now to create your deposit wallets. So you can see here Ethereum holding wallet and BTCC holding wallet. Below that it says deposit. Click deposit. That will bring you to this page. And this is the equivalent of the assets page on the AFM platform. Scroll down and you can see Ethereum holdings and BTCC holdings. And just here you can see create wallet. So click on that to create the wallet, and then do the same on your BTCC holdings. And now you've created a deposit wallet. So you just click on that line, and this is your Ethereum deposit address. Notice it is base network. Read this. Minimum deposit amount is $10. Anything less will not be credited. So If you're doing a tester amount first, send at least $11. Same on BTCC. Now you can click on the line and here's your BTCC deposit address. Same again, only deposit amounts of $11 and upwards. Now, some countries around the world may have a bit of difficulty accessing crypto. So there is this section here called Convert. If you click on that, this will take you to Change Now. Now, this isn't a platform that I've ever used or heard of before until somebody was telling me about it this evening while I was helping them get set up. And this is an external exchange where anywhere in the world, a person can buy crypto, sell crypto, or swap crypto. So I don't know how to use it, so I can't give you a tutorial for it yet. But again, as I said earlier, over time, as I play around with it myself and test things, I will make a video on how to do this. Probably be this week at some point. Okay, so far that's all pretty straightforward. Now, once you have deposited your funds, it will land here and be converted into EUSD. And your BTCC will land here and be converted into BUSD. And the reason for that is because Ethereum is very volatile. So a stable coin for Ethereum has been created within this platform so that when you deposit $500, if you come back to it 5 minutes later, it won't be $470 worth. It will remain a stable amount. And it'll be the same for BTCC. Whilst there isn't a lot of volatility, even a small amount of volatility could prevent you staking. You might have deposited $501, but a little bit of drop in price and it could be $498. So it's converted into an internal stable coin to stabilize the value. Of course, here's your income wallet here. So all your income will go into there. You can see here, income wallet and withdraw. Again, when we have the opportunity to withdraw, I'll make a video on how to do that. Okay, so that's everything that you need to do on the dashboard. The next thing is to create your transaction password. So if you go to the very top of the page, you can see your username on the right-hand side. Click on the little down arrow. Now click on security. And this is where you can change your login password and create a transaction password. In order to create a transaction password, you start by entering your login password. Once you've entered that, click next. And now you get the OTP from the email address. And here's the OTP. So click on that, 197604, and click confirm. So now that has been accepted, you can see the page has changed. So now you're able to create a transaction password. You can use the same one that you use for logging in, although that's generally not recommended, but the choice is yours. Once you've created your transaction password, you simply click next. And again, you go and get your OTP code from your email address, 121292. Click confirm. And you have now created a transaction password. This won't change back to its original face. It will stay as it is now until the next time you wish to change your password. If you wish, you can set up two-factor authentication also. Again, I will probably make a video around that this week if I can. But you don't have to, but it probably isn't a bad idea to do that. Now, feel free to have a look around some of these headings. Dashboard obviously will bring you back to your main dashboard where you have an overview of your entire business, including the time to the next yield and daily business closing and your country time zone for that. If you click on subscriptions, so now this will show you your subscriptions page. And I suspect that this is probably where the subscription options will go live tomorrow and you'll be able to buy packages. Okay, I think that's everything. Okay, there you go. That's everything you need to know about how to register in 3FO and how to set up your account A to Z. I think you'll agree it's a pretty straightforward process. There's nothing massively complicated here. Remember my 3 bits of advice. Don't rush, take your time, think about what you're doing. Make sure you're attending all of the training Zooms and presentations and bringing your prospects to those things as well. There is never going to be a replacement for getting direct information. But obviously you can't have every single member on every single Zoom every single time, because different time zones, people are working, some people are on holiday. So that's not always going to be possible, but certainly you should be encouraging your team to plug into the system, because we take the majority of the load so you don't have to. And it will just simplify the whole process of building a community for you. And again, as I said at the beginning, of course, your respective uplines should be providing you with help and support. So I hope you chose wisely when deciding where you want to position yourself. Okay, I think that's everything. And I guess that only leaves me to give you one last reminder to click that thumb, ring that bell, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you soon. Have a great day.